So, a new chapter of SUKEDACHI 9 is out. This one is called 3B, so apparently the chapter before was 3A. Let's see what this one is about. It's called Kota 1. And on the first page we see Ryoko Koizumi and a lot of dialogue. She's even got an idiosyncratic set of abilities. The right mentor should make a fine Sukedachi. Okay, so the leaders are talking about her. Empathy itself is our weapon. A nice page of our main character with the girl and the guy. The both new recruits. Kota Kyodera. Am I correct in stating that you, age 11, stabbed your father to death? If you could call that bastard a father, then yeah, I killed him. So is this the new recruit when he was a kid? I think it is. After considering the applicable laws and statutes, the prosecution finds it unavoidable that the defendant be served anything other than the death penalty. Now we see Kota Kyodera when he's 21 years old. So it was that kid. And why is he crying? And now the old man who stands in court speaks. All I did was get revenge for my murdered Taro. And what is Taro? Probably someone's name. Now we see a flashback. It has probably something to do with that old man. Two guys are looking at a hot girl, I think. Yes. Well, porn of some sort. No, you're telling me you're going out with that girl. And she sent you this video. What a freaky bitch. Why does he call her bitch? Shit, man, I'd die for a girl like that. One of the guys says. And then he falls over. Dude, that's not funny. And blood comes out of his back. He got stabbed. Oh, and we see the old man. He stabs the other boy. It feels like this is another setup chapter. But we'll have to see, because it's pretty long. Something might happen. So the leaders want this Kota guy to understand what the court is, because he thinks he understands. He says courts are for determining whether or not the defendant is guilty or innocent, right? And the leader says, as I thought, you haven't got a clue. Courts are not fair and square showdowns of plaintiff and prosecutor versus defendant and counsel. The courts of this country exist to check whether or not the statements of the prosecutor are 100% correct. That is why we have a conviction rate of 99.8%. In this courtroom, the prosecutor is God incarnate. Mr. Inuzuka, you killed two young men. Tell me, ethically, which life do you think more valuable? That of a human or that of a murdered Taro? Taro, your pet dog. So Taro was his pet dog. And the old man says, I thought I made it clear. I had my revenge. So everyone thinks he's crazy because he killed two guys because of a dog. But I would do that too, honestly. If someone were to hurt my cat, I'd probably hurt them too. In my view, all life is equal. I'm not holding humans above anyone. Not even a fish. So Kota and the leader got thrown out because he cried too much and screamed and stuff. As one of the pages said, empathy is their strongest weapon, or something like that. And now we get to understand why, in short. It's a lot of dialogue. The Kota guy says, it was just so sad. The bereaved, their precious children were compared to dogs. Reserve judgment of that sort until you see in this case to the end, the leader says. So here we see the real Sukedachi guys again. Wait, we get to see the chapter before from another perspective, I think. Because now they're introducing themselves again. Ryoko Koizumi and Kota Kyodera. One of them likes to cry and the other one is cold. The girl is cold. The guy cries a lot. It's just as the chapter before. Now everyone is introducing themselves again. And their powers. Okay, so now I understand. This chapter is from the point of Kota. And the other chapter before was from the point of Ryoko. That's how it is. And the main character asks Kota, do you really want to kill someone that bad? Because he's a bit impatient. He thinks that the girl is leaving him in the dust when she chose to take on the case of that rapist guy. Okay, and the main character says that Kota reminds him of himself when he was younger. Now we see a flashback of when he was a kid. He lived with his grandpa. Okay, and one day when he was 11 years old, someone stabbed his grandpa to death. That man, I learned, was the one who abandoned my mother and ran off. It was his father. I had no idea what would happen to my parents, or that Gramps had been using the money he needed for his medicines to raise me, or that man had been trying to get custody over me for a long time. Gramps had shouldered all the burden alone. I empathized with him so strongly. That's right, for the first time in my life, from a place deeper than the bottom of my heart, I dead man came to see me, tears in his eyes. Kota, I'm your dad. Finally, I told you. And without hesitation, I jumped into his open arms, pencil at the ready. The tears of the man that called himself my father failed to evoke even the smallest shred of empathy. Okay, so he killed his father. He felt more for his grandpa who had taken care of him than for his father who had never been there. Now he's with the old man again, he's in his cell, and he imagines that he's hugging his dog. The dog is actually not there. Just as expected, vengeance execution has been finalized for this case. So the executioner will be Kota. Okay, so that was the chapter. Ryoko will take on the rapist, and Kota will take vengeance on the old man who lost his dog and who killed those two guys. This chapter was okay, it was nothing massive. We just get to see things from another point of view. So I'm looking forward to the fourth chapter. Probably we'll get some more action. These two chapters felt more like setup chapters for the fourth. But anyway, that's everything for this time.